and they told me that I was intimidating, that the perception was that I was a monster.
Did somebody actually use the word monster?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
God,
I remember you getting that feedback.
But I think part of the challenging thing with feedback is you have to figure out, like, you have to take into account who's giving it to you. Like, do they know kind of what your goals are and where you want to go and what you want to do? Just because somebody's your boss doesn't mean that you have to take all their feedback.
Agree. So what I did was I got my team in a room and I told them, like, hey, I got the feedback that the perception is that I am too stern and I am too aggressive, and I really don't know how to fix it. So I had to literally find a mentor that was sitting next to me, Casey, all the time, and every time I would react to numbers or read an email and just snap, like, no, G, no, there you go again.
Yeah, that would drive me insane.
So I saw that you had the same intimidating thing. How did you deal with it?
I can't really do much about my big personality. That's not going to go away. But if I know that somebody's shy or they're quiet, you can temper how you communicate with people. If there is something that I need to say, I'm going to say it. I just, again, adjust my approach.
You said you're the only woman and you're the only black
Well, I'm
person.
not the only woman anymore.
Oh.
But, I mean, it's something that is in the back of my mind. Like I said, when I first started, I walk into the room and I'm the only girl there. I was like, God, I don't even want to talk right now. Like, I don't even want to, like, bring an idea up because, one, I've just started coding. You know, I'm new, and I don't want to be like, that's dumb. She's a girl. She's new. She's young. She doesn't know. Let's just skip over her. And I remember, like,
pressure, like you represent all, like,
women
and all black people.
Yes, it is like such a weird thing, but at the same time, I think about it less and less. The more I've built the relationships with the men on my team, that I'm actually friends with them.
You don't represent.
Yeah, so I don't feel like I'm like
demographic.
the token, essentially.
Well, and there aren't that many female senior leaders on the sales side at all. Like, I think Jenny Crane is a great example of someone who can be a woman with her sparkliness and her...
She was actually the one who helped me.
She was both of our managers. And for her to go into a meeting and lead all these men, and she's got her sparkles, and she showed me that, hey, you can still be a strong, confident woman while also commanding a meeting and running a team. Because for me, I was too girly and too soft, and then when I changed, then I got the feedback that I was intimidating. I'm like, me? Really? Like the Disney freak that I am? I'm intimidating? And they're like, yes, people don't want to work for you. And it was because I tried to be more manly, I guess, and not me. My most recent role, going from senior PM, where I was running a business, to doing sales L&D, it's been really difficult, and I thought it was going to be really simple because I love L&D and I was pumped. It's been my dream role for 4 or 5 years ago. But what's difficult is I no longer manage people. I am a partner, right? And so I got some feedback 2 or 3 months ago that I was too direct, and I'm like, here we go, like back to 4 years ago I was not direct enough, and now I'm getting the feedback that I'm too direct and that I am seen as too intimidating. And in an L&D role, you've got to have a really good balance. So for me, I had to go back and tap into the other side of me, right? So okay, Taylor, you can still hold people accountable, you can still, command your meeting and whatever, but you've got to show your authentic self. You've got to let your Disney shine, your squeakiness, your develop. Like, you've got to be, because what got me this role was not being a hard ass.
Yeah.
What got me this role is my passion for developing people, and if I was too much of a hard ass, then people were like, I don't want to be around her. Like, she's too tough.
Well, I used to think, what are other people's expectations of me, and how do I kind of fill that role? And I went to thinking, what are my own expectations of myself, and how do I fill that role? And now I'm at the point where I'm like, who do I expect myself to be, and how do I be that person? I think the other, you were talking about kind of moving back and forth from jobs and getting frustrated and stressed when you're not able to be authentic too. And I had a moment of, like, this was like 3 or 4 years ago, where I was sitting with a team in a room, and I just got so pissed off that I, like, slammed my hands on the table, and I got up and I was like, you guys need to figure this out. And I walked away, and I was like, oh my God. Then I knew, this isn't me. I gotta make a change.
That's what I'm trying to avoid, not to lose control of myself.
It got to the point where I was like, Because you can't keep that up forever. Like, you can't keep up being
Something
somebody
that
who's
you're
not
not.
you.
Yeah.
forever.
No, I feel like we all do our best when we are truly being ourselves and not some like iteration of what we think we should be. You're here for who you are, and if you're not who you are, then why are you here, right?
I think that's very true. Feedback is what making us change and addressing who I really want to be and who I want to be long term in my career, so that I don't have to change and I can be myself.
I used to worry a lot about saying stupid stuff. I started to realize like people are so focused on themselves that if you make a mistake or like nobody else is up 2 nights later worrying about that like you are, right? Nobody else cares for the most part.
Yes, feedback is important, but I think if the feedback starts taking you out of the core of who you are, then that's the point where you sort of need to step back and reevaluate how you're adjusting for that feedback. My mom told me, "You'll never get a job with dreadlocks." Here I am.